I hear a teacher really ladles on the homework.
Oh. Well, I think Allie will manage just fine, but I'm not so sure about you.
Me? Why? What's that
Uncle
mean?
Nathan, can I have a sleepover at our place tonight? Please?
Yes. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Thanks!
It's like a lot of fun.
Good luck.
Hey hearties, welcome back to Teacup Trail. We are on episode 2 of season 7. This love triangle is still in the beginning stage, so it's like spicy, it's full of excitement and little banters between Lucas and Elizabeth and Nathan. And of course, the tension and the drama whenever Nathan, Lucas, and Elizabeth are together in a conversation. So I'm just wondering, okay Nathan, do you actually have to tell Elizabeth about picking up Allie because she had many books and stuff to carry home? I don't know, I just feel like Nathan just find an excuse to just see Elizabeth. And Nathan, you get to see more of his parenting side, and I assume this is probably the first time that Allie is inviting friends over for a sleepover. So Nathan, not knowing what to expect or what to do or how to prepare for the sleepover, he is overwhelmed, and Elizabeth is taking advantage of that to make fun of him in a funny, joking way.
Hi, Lucas.
Elizabeth?
I was just going to pick up some typing paper. I'll be spending a good portion of the weekend working on my novel.
You sound inspired.
I am. Thank you again for your help.
It's all you.
This is the only Lucas and Elizabeth scene in this episode. However, Elizabeth seemed so happy, so giggly and smiling when she ran into Lucas. He seemed to be happy as well to see her. When Lucas said that she is inspired, the look on his face is just like a pure happiness. Like he's really happy for her, that she finding herself in something that she loved to do, which is writing. It's just really nice and beautiful that he is happy for her, like as a person, like not like in a romantic way, but it's just as a friend, like he's really happy for her. And Elizabeth tried to give him credit, like he's the one that inspired her, helped her to begin that path again in becoming a published author. And he's so humble. He's like, no, it's all you, which is actually true, because Lucas just basically opened the door for her, like in a way that, hey, you can do this, like you should try again. And at the end, it's mostly Elizabeth's choice, and she decided to try again and write a novel, so it's all to her.
May I help you, sir?
Are you Nathan's wife?
No, I'm Allie's teacher, Elizabeth Thornton, and you are?
You knew my mother?
About as well as any person could know another.
What are you doing here?
Uncle Nathan, this man says he knew my mom.
Ellie, go home.
Come on, son. Is there any way to treat your old man?
Grandpa?
Archie Grant? Pleasure to make your acquaintance, man.
Okay. Time to go.
But Uncle Nathan.
Come on, Allie, I'll walk you home.
But he's my grandpa.
It's all right, honey. We will talk later. Right now, do what your Uncle Nathan says.
Come on, let's go.
Go.
So Nathan and Elizabeth, on the romantic side, they had a few moments where the attraction is there, the connection is there. But on the other side, you see the main focus of the friendship, who is Allie. Like, most of the conversation is about Allie. If Elizabeth get involved in this family drama, and you get to see how Elizabeth plays a role in Nathan's life as well as Allie's life, especially in relation to Allie's grandfather coming into Hope Valley out of the blue. Elizabeth could have stepped aside. I mean, she could have avoided, she could have, not helped Nathan in any way, but Elizabeth cares so much for the Grant family. I think she really cares about Allie. Allie as this young girl that have a broken past, a broken family, doesn't really know anyone except for Nathan in the family circle. So Elizabeth really cares about Allie. Not really as much for Nathan, but Allie. And this episode, you can see that connection between Nathan and Elizabeth over parenting and over Allie, and the importance of just keeping Allie safe. If I was Elizabeth, I don't know if I could handle, the drama, because if I was a teacher, usually you stick to inside the school or the school ground, you know what I mean? You don't go outside of the school ground and be involved in a student family. Just shows Elizabeth's character and that she cares so much for Allie and then Nathan. I really want to say that boldly because I really think Elizabeth cares so much about Allie and what's best for Allie in this situation.
I hope it won't be long, but Nathan has no idea what he's in for.
I heard that his father is in town. Is that true? Have you seen him?
Briefly.
What is it?
They're estranged.
Oh, that's so sad.
It is, isn't it? It's a completely different situation, I know, but what I wouldn't give for little Jack to have his father in his life.
You should tell Nathan that. Maybe he could use some perspective, and you certainly have plenty to share.
I really don't think it's my place to interfere.
Really? Are you sure? Maybe he might thank you for it.
I doubt it.
Elizabeth hears so much about Allie. If you watch the entire episode in the earlier scene, she ran into Allie at the mercantile, and Allie couldn't figure out what to make for dinner, for dessert, at the sleepover. And Elizabeth offered an idea of cupcakes, and Allie doesn't know how to make them, and Elizabeth decided to bake the cupcake and drop it off. Rosemary encouraged Elizabeth to talk to Nathan and give him advice on what he should do about Allie's grandfather. And Elizabeth really doesn't want to step over the line. I don't blame her. This is very unexpected for everyone in Hope Valley, and Elizabeth being involved, she really doesn't want to step over the line, but at the same time she hears about Allie and what's best for her, and she also can see that Nathan is struggling too. Do I really want to say something to Nathan? I'm just here to support Allie and her sleepover. And we'll see what happens later on.
Is your room to your liking?
It's fine.
Thank you.
Archie Grant.
Oh, Bill Avery. You're related to Nathan, right?
You're right, I am. I'm his old man.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Nathan doesn't talk much about his family.
He always was economical with words.
I'm sure they'd be happy to deal you in if you like.
No, thank you. I stopped dancing to Lady Luck a long time ago.
It's really nice of Lucas to ask Archie about his hotel room and making sure that he's comfortable and trying to make him feel welcome to the Hope Valley community. Archie is alone, and there's a new town that he's visiting. He really doesn't know anyone. Bill making that statement, Hope Valley in general doesn't know much about Nathan and Allie's family history, and Bill saying that is kind of a negative comment in a way. And Lucas can see that there's something going on in the Grant family, and he's just very concerned for Archie and just try to make Archie as comfortable as he can.
Don't use your fingers on her.
Girls, may I have your attention, please?
How did you do that?
Just a trick of the trade. Now then, we should really all have icing on our faces.
But this can be a future scene of Elizabeth being Mrs. Grant. I can understand that, especially when this episode came out for the first time and we are still in the beginning of the love triangle. So I understand where Team Nathan is at in this moment. Like, you know, Elizabeth seemed comfortable, you know, in the Grant home and just being there for Allie and supporting Nathan as a parent, as a legal guardian to Allie. Elizabeth just taking advantage of making fun of Nathan and just enjoying the fun moment, and really nice to see Elizabeth just having fun and being funny and smiling and laughing. She really needs that, especially after what she went through with Jack and being a single mom. She needs those freedom once in a while, so it was nice of Elizabeth to help Nathan with the sleepover.
You saved my life tonight.
Oh, I'm sure you would have survived without me.
Oh.
Nathan, about your father.
I suppose you think that he's a great guy.
I really don't have an opinion. But Allie is just so confused.
You know, when I was Allie's age, I remember finding my mother in tears because my father pawned a ruby brooch he got for her to pay for a gambling debt. And he said it'd get better. It just got worse and worse until one day he was found stealing money from the bank that he worked at.
That's how he ended up in prison.
That's how he ended up in prison the first time. After he got out, no bank would hire him, so he resorted to petty theft just to put food on our table. How am I supposed to explain to Allie that if she lets him in, all he's gonna do is break her heart?
Maybe just let her explain how she's feeling.
Elizabeth really didn't want to give Nathan any advice, but the person that she is, she cares so much for people that are in her life, and Nathan is in her life now, and Allie too. Nathan opening up to Elizabeth again support the idea that Nathan trusts Elizabeth wholeheartedly. He opened up so much about what happened in the past with his father. Like, Nathan haven't told Allie this, but he told Elizabeth first, and I think that means a lot. And Elizabeth not really part of the family. It shows the strong friendship that Nathan and Elizabeth had.
Good morning.
Morning.
How did last night go?
Yeah, good. Although I don't know why they called him a sleepover. It's not like those kids actually slept.
So did you talk with Allie?
No, she walked the girls home this morning, and I had to go to work. Excuse me.
I'm just trying to find
What are you
out
still
where
doing here?
Oh, good morning to you, too.
I asked you politely to leave.
Oh, you call that polite? Your mother raised you better than that.
All right, how about I spell this out for you then? You're not welcome in this town.
Well, apparently I'm welcome at the hotel.
Archie's money is as good as the next man's.
Two birds of a feather.
Pause it right here because I just realized something new. I don't know if this would make sense, but Nathan explained to Elizabeth about his father gambling in the past, and I wonder that's one of the factor of, or one of the reason why Nathan doesn't like Lucas, because Lucas reminds him of his father, and that's why Nathan never trusts Lucas since the beginning, especially when Lucas is around Elizabeth. So I'm wondering that's why he said that comment just now when I paused the scene in last season, and Nathan asked Lucas, is there anything else I should know about? And Lucas said no, and they shook hands. I thought they would be on a good term right now, but since Nathan's dad come into Hope Valley, like, Nathan started to dislike Lucas again. So I'm just like, Nathan never liked Lucas as a person. So Lucas and your dad are like two similar people. Like, they gamble, they play hard. So you think Lucas is the same guy as your dad?
Son, I'm a free man now. You can't run me out of Hope Valley for no reason.
Nathan,
See, you're throwing a party.
I'd invite you, but I know how you disdain the company of reprobates such as myself.
I came to see my father.
You'll find him upstairs. Third door on the left. Nathan, listen, whatever is going on between you and your father is between the two of you.
Yes, that's right.
But in my line of work, you get to know people, and your father is really struggling. I've seen it before.
You had it right the first time. It's between me and him.
Nathan!
So Lucas giving an advice to Nathan. I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, Lucas respects that it should be between Nathan and his father, but the positive side of this scene from my perspective is that sometimes when you're in a situation, you don't see the whole picture, right? And having someone else's perspective on the situation can be a good thing. And Lucas just trying to help Nathan out and just trying to somewhat calm Nathan down, like, hey, he is your father, you should give him a second chance. Lucas just trying to be helpful and nice in this scene, and I wonder if Lucas' pep talk might have convinced Nathan to change his mind and invite his father over to the event, like, what if,
Come with me. Come on. Just do it.
Where are you going?
Allie, stay there.
Hallie.
A diamond necklace went missing in a hotel. Surprise, surprise, you were in the vicinity.
You got the wrong guy.
You have no idea how badly I want to believe that right now.
Grandpa?
it's all right. It's all gonna be all right.
It's a good thing that Elizabeth was there, just, in case if anything happened. Everything was going smoothly until Nathan got a call and came over and took Archie away from Allie. When Nathan told Elizabeth, Nathan can say the same thing to Allie, but in the language that Allie would understand. She at that age where she should know. I mean, it's not like she is 5, you know what I mean? If you don't tell her right now, she's gonna keep asking. Instead of Nathan telling Allie the whole truth, Allie finds out at the end of this episode that her grandfather might be involved in a robbery, and that would not be good. Elizabeth is trying to help Nathan out and keep Allie calm and collected. So we will see what happens next episode. Overall, this episode, in my opinion, is just an episode of getting to know Nathan and Allie's family history more, but at the same time, just to show that strong bond between Elizabeth and Nathan, trying to help Nathan navigate to the parent life as well as being a family man and what is best for the Grant family. You know, if Nathan should tell Allie the truth or should Nathan keep the secret of what Allie's grandfather did in the past. So it's really interesting how Elizabeth plays a role in the storyline. We'll see how the storyline plays out in the next episode. I'll see you next time. Hope you're having a great weekend. Bye.